So now we're going to look back at a time when nostalgia is not what it was still a funny joke. So please welcome experts on the subject of the past, Victor Lewis Smith and Paul Sparks. Paul. Right. Now, I say you're expert on the past. Between you've written a book which deals with loads of old things that we used to know about and we've forgotten about. Is that right?
Yes. Do you remember this one?
Oh, brilliant.
Replace that one.
Yes. Oh, so you're up-to-date humour as well, then?
That's right.
Yes,
yeah.
jolly good, yeah. And what's that gonk in your hand?
That's a gonk in my hand.
Yes.
Do you remember shortly after the early 70s, after there were a number of fairground fatalities and fairgrounds began to pack up, suddenly the cat population in this country boomed because these gonks used to be given away free at fairgrounds.
Oh, really?
And they were mostly made out of recycled domestic cat.
Oh, really?
Look for the little hole.
On to me.
There's a little hole in the back where excess kitty cat was expelled. Do you remember the I Spy books? Do you remember the I Spy books?
The Book of the Town.
Oh, we've got them all here.
The I Spy Book of Codes.
The I Spy book of sexually transmitted diseases never caught on.
Yes,
now,
these things all date back sort of 50s, 60s, 70s. That's back to your sort of childhood, is it? Do you have a fond memory for those?
No, back to the distant past, long before.
Hate them. I mean, the problem, this collection is a series of things that have actually just fundamentally flawed, and for some reason they only last for about two or three weeks.
Yes.
They just die.
Yeah.
A lot of
the
people,
show.
yes. A lot of people write books about nostalgia, but there's always sort of a hankering for the past. But really, the past was terrible. Most of it.
Yes,
These things were terrible. They were awful.
Yes.
They were badly designed.
How's the book doing? I haven't seen it in the shops myself.
Not doing as well as it should.
That's
really.
fundamentally
I think
flawed
really
too.
that's basically why we're here.
Yeah, so you're just sort of plugging it.
Just
I see.
basically a plug. This is a plug show.
Well, I've had we do anything on this show.
Lord, so I've heard.
Do you remember X-ray specs?
No, what did they look like?
Like this.
Oh, you put some specs on.
Not comic effects. For comic effects, not normally as ugly as this, but you would send off about £1 when you were about, what, 10 or so, and you thought that when you were
11,
you would see, and when you were 11 they come back, and you'd see a woman in a state of undress, and just looking at you, Clive, what a terrible life he's lived.
Yes, suffered.
Yes,
Major open heart surgery.
It's ropes, pulleys, KY jelly.
You're held together by nickel
You don't need special specs to see that, but reading your book...
You'll cut yourself on your own tongue one day, Clive.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
A big round of applause for Clive. Come on.
What a great worker of an audience you are.
Thank you.
You're Victor, aren't you? The book you've got here is full of these rather amusing things in the past, but it's all held together with some rather strong sort of humour, rancorous stuff about poo-poos and...
Rather like a programme.
Oh, yeah.
People who I showed it to around the office said, "Ooh, that's a bit strong for things like that." But I think is that deliberate? You're deliberately
Well, some people
parodying.
have accused us of being sort of public schoolboys who've never quite grown up.
I didn't get to public school,
But it's a deliberate parody of pure
Somebody said we were
humour.
the right
Hang on,
suit.
sorry, I almost got the end of a question.
And then a pig flew over the roof.
Yeah.
No, we took... Somebody once said we took the B out of banal, really, which is...
I think it summed up really nicely.
We're getting a good response on that. But let's look at some other items that people might remember. If you'd like to come over
That'll
this
be nice,
way.
Clive.
Yes.
Yep. Now,
Why, here's one you prepared earlier.
excuse me.
Don't be funnier than me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is a great thing here. This reminds me of the Alaskan oil slick you've got recreated there.
Oh, topical.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, you've got a problem.
Yes, well, I'm not funny, basically. But,
No,
it can all be edited out.
I think you're brilliant. But there,
That sounded very sincere.
You're a barrister.
Yes. Now, what's this magic robot? I do remember having one of these.
We'll let you talk about it then.
Oh, right. Well, I can remember. In fact, it has questions here, and you put the robot down.
Yeah.
And
Yes, Clive?
it asks a question.
Yes.
For example, who made the first aeroplane flight across the Atlantic?
You sound very hoarse this evening.
Yes,
dear.
I've got a bit of a bad cold.
I saw you sucking on a fisherman's friend before we came.
Brilliant. So you do watch
It's
a show.
old. It's
You do
old.
watch a show then. Jolly good. We had that last week.
We get it on CFAX in York.
Do you? You come from York. We didn't cover that earlier on. I just forgot to mention that. And it tells us the answer that it's all cock and brown. Can you make something out of that?
Well, actually, that should be the
I think we
capital.
should move on.
That should be the capital of France, I think, if it's a magic robot.
Yes.
Yes.
It's funnier in the TV series.
Yes. And what else have we got here? What's this thing here?
Well, this is what you're
What
going
they'd like to
to
call
tell
a
us.
spirograph.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful invention, which is a series of concentric geometrical patterns
Yes.
which could be made. One would go around like this. You'll see there in a minute, 3 or 4 minutes, you produce a masterpiece. Should we hold it up to the camera?
I see,
Hold it
yes.
up to the camera.
There we
So
are.
have you got a camera? The camera's on, yes. Jolly good.
Absolutely magnificent.
So it's like it produces a doodle that you might do at the telephone. That's
No, not at all.
very useful. What about these clackery things?
Clackers, yes.
Clackery
Clackers.
thing.
No, I never had one of these, but people used to have them.
Hold on, just cough.
Yeah. Oh. Brilliant.
The way it works,
Can you do them? Well, can you do them
those
properly?
things called road accidents? This cut out the middleman, really. You didn't have to have the car. You just do this for about 2 of them.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to remove
smash.
the nose, the eye, everything would go.
Yeah. Now, what's this great big long green thing here?
This is Escalado.
how did that-
Fine horse racing game.
how did that work?
Basically, you would stretch it out every Boxing Day when you had just eaten as much as you
Yeah.
possibly could. The horses would run towards
right.
there, and then they would topple over sideways.
Yeah.
And basically, the whole thing would look like a knacker during an earthquake after
see.
about 5 minutes.
I see. Jolly good. Yeah. I think this has got Lester Pig on it. It's
Lester Pig.
Lester Piggott. It's got a
It was also
go
made
to
up-
jail card for you.
They're also made out of lead, and I suppose you
Young children would suck them.
Yes.
You probably sucked those as a child. Should have
Yes,
come to
indeed.
the state
Yes.
now.
Well, jolly good. Yes, it's a good joke there. I think that's in the book,
Thank
isn't
you.
it? Thank you very much for coming along, Paul Sparks and Victor Lewis Smith.
It's been lovely
It's been
being
a
here.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.